All right, Kenman here, and today's non-box unboxing is another from my Blade Show Texas haul. We have one from not quite Concept, but Concept's budget company, Tenable. Let's check it out, get right into it. When you buy knives at Blade Show Texas, sometimes they don't always come with a bag or a box or anything like that. They were nice enough to throw it in one of these Concept pouches for me, so that's cool. Pouch on the floor. These were all on super sale. Let's get into it. This is the Tenable Nesstreet. So yeah, Concept has a budget line called Tenable. They have several products. You can get the Nesstreet in the Concept version. Definitely more premium versions from Concept. But the Tenable one is what we've got today. Let's check it out. All right. What are we looking at, Kenman? Tenable Nesstreet has a 14C28N blade, and we have a green micarta handle. It's a button lock. Swings out really nice, flips out easy, flicks out, thumbs out. No flipper tab or anything like that, so you're basically using the button to open it and close it, or the thumb, or the flick out. Great action on this. These were a really good deal. I think they go for around $60 if you buy one at Tenable in current times, if you're watching this video recently after it comes out. They did have a really nice sale at the Concept booth at Blade Show Texas this year. These were $40. So I picked this up for 40 bucks. Heck of a deal right there. 14C28N on that blade. Fun button lock action here. Nice big full size knife, and I love micarta. Feels good in the hand. Let's break it down. Pocket clip cannot be swapped to the other side, so no love for those lefties there, although I don't mind that all that much. I have several different pockets I can carry them in, and so that doesn't always break it. And especially as a lefty, it never becomes a hot spot because it's always on that opposite side, so it always feels good in the hand as a lefty holding a righty clip knife. I'm noticing a little bounce on the button as it closes, like that right there. Not that that's a bad thing. Sometimes any new knife, you got to get used to it. It looks like I'm holding the button more than I need to, so I'm holding it and it's causing it to do that. When I can really just push that button, get out of the way, and that blade drops. The second you hit that button, it just goes down there and falls back into place. That's the trick. Let off that button sooner. Each knife, you know, as you get it, you got to kind of get used to it, feel it out there. So we've got a button, plunge button lock right there. Takes that much to push down before it breaks. Some people aren't big fans of the button locks because they could, you know, they feel it's like not as safe a lock. It has more potential to fail than like a liner lock does. I like button locks, so they work good in left or right hand. So that button works good for my index finger in the left and just fine in the right. But you can see, just touch that button and let go, and the blade drops all the way. There's a little bit of blade weight going on right here. You got a larger blade, so it tends to help swing it out or closed. No jimps whatsoever on there. You know I love a good jimp. They could stack some jimps all the way out there and I'd be happy with it. It does kind of harpoon ramp upwards, so it does kind of gradually go up. So when you're pushing your thumb out, it does kind of sit in that spot okay. Kind of a little flat choke up spot with the sharpening choil there, so you could get in there for some tighter work. It feels all right. Generally the normal hand grab right there does feel good. It's a big knife, plenty of space sticking out the back. All right, so there's a button, so there isn't really a detent. It's the button. As the button closes, it pops back out, and that's the detent that pulls it in. Sometimes when you have a weak one, you can kind of torque it, kind of a little bit. It is a little talky, so some people like a little bit stronger detent than that. But it feels like it doesn't just fall out, and when I just put a light push on it, it still pretty much fires all the way out. So you kind of have to hold on and control it to get it to talk. Blade is solid. No movement or play. Centered nicely. Boom. Been doing some paper cut tests. Haven't had a chance to really use this or sharpen it or anything like that yet. Ooh. Curlies. Look at that. Get a nice slow one. Look at that one right there. Woo. I can pick that up. That's sharp. Tell you what. Gotta like that right out of the box. A $40 knife, sharp as that is right there. Fun action on it. Nice micarta. I mean, this is a good little user. Anybody have one of these? They do make the Nesstreet, as I said, for the concept version. Most of those are higher quality. Going to have your S35 VN on your blade, maybe some higher quality like a titanium handle. If you are really interested in this and want to step it up, check out the concept version. Several different versions for Tenable though as well. And this is a nice knife. This is a good user right here. All right, what are we missing? Let's get into it. Just recenter a little. And keep the camera from shaking around. We have a full sizer right here. This is over 8, almost 8 1/8 end to end. Blade is 3 5/8. You could say 3 1/4 at a crazy angle. About 3 5/8 on that blade length. And the cutting surface is 3 1/2 with a slight curve on the belly. 4 1/2 for the handle. So definitely a larger full size offering here. 0.13 on that blade. Carries all the way out to there. You got a little swedge on the top, little relief, but a nice big top. Ooh, nice and strong. Pointy tip there. And then you've got the grind going down. I like that blade shape. That's fun. Handle is 0.48 in the middle there, and 0.1, oh, I was off the 1.08 on the thickest spot, 1.02 where it gets a little thinner, thickest part of the blade, 1.22. Will this battery ever die? Comment below. I think it will not. Yeah, that button works really nice. Get used to that. 4.15, definitely got some weight on it. It's a full sizer. 3.28 for the Kaiser drop bear. Good comparison size there. 4.15. Man, looking for a full size knife that's just got a decent weight, decent size, good action button lock with some thumb studs on it. Ooh, this might be for you. Kaiser drop bear. Excellent clutch lock action. These are the jimps I'm talking about. Tons of jimps on there. I love it. So this is more of your bug out size, your pyrite size, kind of EDC, not quite full size. 1/4 inch smaller on the handle, good 1/2 inch smaller on the blade. So there's where you get your 3/4 to not quite full size and a full size side by side there. This is a cool knife. I dig it. Price was really good. I have another couple of Tenables. Looking at some other ones as well. Which ones do you have? Which ones should I check out next? That action is fun. That button, you just barely push it and it drops. About all the more I need to do a spine whack on it. It feels like that button has to travel. Look at how far it really has to go before. See where it is? That far. You have to push it in pretty far before it releases. But when it does, it drops really nice. I dig it. Check yourself out in Nesstreet, whether it's a Tenable or a concept. Either way, you can't go wrong. Stay sharp. We'll see you soon.